Welcome to the Been There Doing That podcast. I'm Robert Scrivener.
And I'm Gayla Scrivener.
We left the 9-to-5 grind, downsized, and our goal is to have freedom to live and to work from just about anywhere.
Welcome to the Been There Doing That podcast. We are right smack in the middle of
The Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona.
2018.
And we are interviewing Chris Shontz today from Venture Forward or Venture Four-Wheel Drive.
Yep.
Kind of a play on words today, but we're going to start off interviewing him and ask him what got you into this, what keeps the drive going to keep doing this.
All right. My name is Chris Shontz. I'm originally from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. More recently, I lived in Lancaster. And I've been a web developer for 20 years. And it got to the point where web development became passionless. Mm-hmm. And I noticed a degradation in my performance.
You weren't happy?
No, I wasn't happy. I sat listless at the computer, looking out the window, wandering. I was an overland travel enthusiast as well, a hobbyist. I had a Jeep with a rooftop tent.
What year did you start doing this in?
Doing overland travel?
Well, hobbying in it.
Outdoor adventure type stuff with your Jeep.
I've been a recreational off-roader since the late 90s. And over the years, it evolved into exploration and camping. Coming from web development, I took a risk one day. I said, I'm going to take on some freelance web development work, and I'm going to leave my apartment behind and live in my camper-equipped Jeep on the road and just wander.
And what year was this?
This was March of 2017 that I left my apartment behind. I didn't, right off the bat, I did not know if I would get out of state and just go running back home, or if I would keep going. And what happened was I kept going. So it was weird at first, but I became addicted to the mobile lifestyle. I very much called it chasing the horizon, because you just kind of want to see what's around the next bend, and you want to drive further and collect new experiences. And that was very much addicting. I became passionate about it, and I started recording those experiences at first on my iPhone and then on my digital camera.
Which you have an amazing YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
And we've watched every episode from the beginning. I had to go back to the beginning and just start watching them all over, but we have.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And honestly, when people tell me that, that's what keeps me going. Because instead of web development, I put my energy into photography and videography. It allows me to exercise my creative tendencies.
Yeah. And you got to have that outlet, or you're just not happy.
Yeah.
I do leather work. I'm a musician. And that's two things right there that gives me a creative outlet to be happier. And traveling is another one of those. And to combine all three of them, it's rough, but I could make it happen.
It definitely is rough. I don't regard this endeavor as an act of courage. This is very much a life transition. A way to just mix things up, to change things. And it was a risk.
Yeah.
And I took that risk, and it blossomed into something entirely new, which is this endeavor that I'm doing with the YouTube channel and on Instagram.
So how long after you started traveling did you start your video?
Immediately. But I wasn't doing it to build a YouTube enterprise. I was just doing it. It was a way for me to document what was happening and the places that I've seen, and share them with friends and family. And it very quickly evolved into something. So I make it an absolute point for the past year to every Friday, like 99% of the time. Sometimes I don't have internet access.
I've seen the one time you missed, but you was apologetic about it.
Yeah. So I every week I publish a new video that is just a compilation of my experiences for the week. It's a real-time video publication, whereas a lot of overland endeavors, they go on a trip and spend months preparing footage for their production. I collect the experiences and then turn them around right away and publish
every week.
them. So yeah, and that's the feedback that I've received from that has really inspired me, because people say that they live vicariously through me, and they cheer me on. They say keep going, and my heart is full. That fills my heart. So I can't. That's not a thing that I can back down from. I have to keep going and see where this road goes.
You never know what's on the other side.
That's right.
And that's
right.
what drives a lot of us, and I enjoy that.
Well, a lot of people wonder, I mean, they ask us, it's like, because they envy us because we can travel and stuff, but a lot of people that envy us that when we travel, and you travel a lot more than we do, how do you make a living?
YouTube, actually, you're able to easily monetize it because Google owns YouTube, and they have it integrated with their advertising system, and they can integrate that directly to your checking account. And as you gain viewers and watch time, the profits from the ad revenue increases, and that alone, you have to be generating some really large numbers for that to sustain you. So you have to source income. You have to find income from multiple sources. So YouTube ad revenue is one. Patreon, which is a service for content creators and artists for people to make pledges if they believe in what it is that you're doing, if they like it, kind of like making a pledge to public broadcasting to support your favorite television program. It's a similar concept, and I utilize that service as well.
You show your maps on Patreon, don't you?
Yes. So people who
camping spots and stuff like that, they can.
Okay. That if you donate or support Venture Forward, my project, I make my GPS navigational data available to you, and in which case you're able to experience the same places that I experienced. And that's my way of just saying thank you for your support and for carrying this project on.
That's a wonderful way to do that. Yeah.
So that's how you generate with different...
That's only two. You get random donations, again, similar to Patreon, people who believe in your project, and also brands, personal companies that I believe in, that believe in me, have been very supportive along the way. So it's a mix of multiple things, and it allows me to fund the project just enough to carry it forward.
Coming from corporate world, I guess you can say, you were a programmer, traditional job, and then now being kind of free-flowing on the road. What is the biggest thing that you've learned, or what about yourself? The biggest thing that I've learned is pursue your passion no matter what it is. I got into web development in my early adulthood, and it was something I was proficient at, but never very passionate about. I collected a decent paycheck, but I would never have conversations with my fellow developers about the latest web development technology. I just didn't follow it. But I've always been passionate about four-wheel drive, adventure, the outdoors. I've been passionate about photography, and videography is new with this endeavor. I learned that I believe that whatever you are passionate about, pursue it. Go all in, and you will live with a full heart, and you'll feel fulfilled, and things will fall into place, and you'll find a way to sustain it and yourself. And that's exactly what I tell my teenage son. I inspire him to pursue his passion. I think that's important. You have to be practical, you have to be calculated, but be intentional. Live intentionally and live true to yourself. What did you have to do to prepare to take the leap, I guess?
Minimize debt. I didn't save money, I minimized the amount of money that I owed. And other than that, it just helps
I was already an enthusiast, so I did have some gear. I got the camper top for my Jeep before I knew that I was going to do this. I got my camera that I use for a lot of my video before I didn't have any inkling that I would create regular YouTube videos on it. So a lot of it is just the planets aligning. And if you feel calling, go after it. I think that however you feel spiritually, God, the universe, the path is kind of laid out in front of you. You just kind of have to open your eyes sometimes and see it.
See what's there.
Yeah.
Good.
What is your biggest challenge that you've had so far? It's not even been. It's been just 2 years or 1 year.
Yeah.
Just a little over 1 year.
Biggest challenge is being apart from my son, who lives with his mom and her husband, and I have a very close relationship with all of them. They're close family to me, and I would see them on a regular basis when I was back in Pennsylvania. But now it's very irregular, and I miss my son Cole dearly. So that was challenging, and also something that I'm still working on is sustaining this. I mentioned how I do it. But that doesn't mean that it's totally steady ground. I just have to keep working hard to make sure that I can keep it going.
Well, we work with small businesses. We own a virtual assistant business, and we do help our small businesses clients work with their advertising, I guess you can say, their marketing, but consistency is it, and you have it, you've nailed it, and it takes some time to draw that following.
It does. Consistency, they say consistency is key. When I first started doing this, I didn't have any followers, and for months there was not any sign of growth. I kept doing it anyway, and one day it caught on, just like someone noticed. A lot of people noticed, and it's just been a gradual increase in viewership ever since. It's yielded opportunities.
I admire you for that, because there's so many people that just give up too soon.
Yeah, if you do it, it's very likely that if you try a similar endeavor that you won't see any traffic, you won't see any movement, but keep creating, keep going.
Go after your passion.
And be passionate.
Somebody will discover that back catalog of your stuff that you created. And have to watch or listen to every episode.
Yes, we Chris binged.
Yeah, we Chris binged. That's
I hear that a lot.
And you are an inspiration. I really do enjoy your videos because they're authentic.
Thank you.
And that's one thing that I really like, because you're a real person. It's not,
Thank you.
that anybody, I think we do have to have the courage to kind of jump out there, but we're just ordinary people, and we can, we have our challenges, but it's so nice to see your videos just how they are. You've got downtime, you've got, maybe you're at a campground that you're not so
making coffee in the morning.
Yep. It's a video diary. It really is. But
personal document of how your day or week is.
But authenticity is paramount. So no matter what happens next, if it continues to grow, I'm never going to deviate from that formula, because I feel like it's in short supply nowadays. There are glamorous bits to, especially a lot of the vehicles that we see and interact with, but the journey is very real, and the struggles are very real. I think that I'm just always going to show the real emotional experience.
I love that, and what I love too. We were talking off. It's not off camera. It's off podcast, off microphone. The episode where you were chasing your tripod, because you truly, for the most part, you travel alone, but you do all your photography, all your videoing. And so when you have some shots of you driving past, you had to do the setup, run back, go and drive past, and then
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to create the illusion that there's someone else out there helping me. I am getting out of my Jeep and running down the road
The running
to
of the
place
tripod.
the tripod.
Yeah, the running of the tripod was a good episode.
I'm trying to, I think that's what I do most of the time. I try to convey an atmosphere, an experience. And if that means that I have to get out and film my Jeep driving by, I'm okay with doing that.
Yeah.
Plus, it's great exercise.
Yes. Yes. I like your exercise program. Can you tell our viewers what kind of vehicle you have and how you've got it equipped?
Certainly. I have a 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon. I bought it used, and I've had it for about 2 years.
How many miles was on it when you got it?
When I got it, it probably had around mid-30 something thousand miles. And when I set off, I had about 60,000 miles on it. This was in March of last year, and now I'm just about to turn 100,000 miles.
Okay.
And the Jeep is equipped with an Ursa Minor camper top, which is just a pop top. It looks like the pop top on a Volkswagen van. And I can climb up and down from the inside of the vehicle. So that's my home.
And you have some built-ins. I saw that episode that you were...
As time went by, I've just been making it more efficient and refining it. And it has a wooden plate system with some storage. It has more power outlets. I had a lot of USB for charging my equipment. And it has a 12-volt fridge and a dual battery system that allows me to run my electronics without killing the crank battery. So no matter how long I run my lights, I can always start the Jeep.
And you got solar, too.
Nope, no solar.
No solar. Okay.
Nope.
I must have seen another one. This place is huge. How come no solar yet?
Cost prohibitive.
Okay.
I would love to have every gadget and gizmo that makes life easier.
Yeah.
But like a winch, for instance, I've had some close calls where I got stuck, and it would have been problematic because I'm always alone.
One time down in Texas, I think I was watching that one.
That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
So I don't have a winch because it's cost prohibitive. I don't have solar because it's cost prohibitive. I'm piecing this together as I go, as I'm on the road, because food, gas, and experiences are more valuable than any piece of equipment. So no matter what vehicle you drive, no matter how you're equipped, just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to
be fancy.
No.
You don't have to have the latest and greatest. And you can make do with what you have.
And that's become more clear to me than anything in the past year. I've experienced so much, and I'm relatively far into life. And I just now started experiencing a lot of it.
There's a lot of it out there, too.
Yep.
Just, even in the lower 48. People, you don't have to go out, to other countries, but just in the lower 48, there's enormous amount of places that are...
There are. And as much as I love attractions, I like finding the places that aren't known. Yeah. Because that's out there, too. Beautiful waterfalls, secluded campsites that no one knows about.
Off the beaten path.
I've seen so much nature, and you don't have to go into a national park, although they're very stunning.
Yes.
You'll have a secluded, wonderful, peaceful experience all to yourself, camped by some lake that no one knows about, or few people know about. And that's my drive. The lesser-known destinations. I call them the places in between.
Yeah. The flyover zone, the people that flies over them doesn't know they're there.
Yep, exactly.
So far, what has been your favorite destination or place?
Oh man, I get this question a lot. Every place. Every place is the easy answer, because every place does have something unique to offer.
I have not yet been to my favorite spot yet. It's still out there.
I kind of feel the same way. Every place has its own charm.
Yeah, a lot of them is great, and it's great, but you always find something else.
Yeah, you do. So it's all just a wonderful blur of memories in my mind of these places that I visited. Before last year, I had very seldom been west of the Mississippi River. Yep. And now, a year later, I've been all up and down the West Coast, and it's staggering.
Yeah.
What direction are you headed after Overland?
After Overland Expo, I'm going to head east back to Pennsylvania. I'll be driving in a different vehicle, so for a change of scenery, and to help out a company deliver their vehicle back home from the event. So I'm going to take my time getting there, a few weeks. I might, this isn't nailed down, but I might swing by Colorado. Love the mountains, and then play it by ear. Just kind of decide as I go. But my goal really is to see more of the Pacific Northwest, a little bit of Northern California, and I have an uncle in the Canadian Rockies whom the last people in my family to visit were my late grandparents. So I would really like to get up there to see him and his family. And of course, Alaska. So I don't really have a lot of people plan destinations, and I don't. I kind of just plan directions.
General vicinity.
Yeah.
Most people, have 2 weeks for vacation, and they got to cram it all in. And it's tough, and it's stressful just to do a vacation.
It is.
So
it is.
It's nice when you have just go.
I need to stay within range of public internet so I can push my weekly YouTube video.
Yeah.
But other than that, anywhere as remote as possible is fair game.
All right.
Well, we appreciate your time, Chris. Enjoy.
Where can they find you at?
Oh, yes. Venture4WD.com. Most of my content's on Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
But Venture4WD.com is just a simple web page that has my latest YouTube episode embedded on it, and also my last several Instagram posts. And from there, you can go directly to those social media sites.
Even better.
Awesome.
All right.
We're glad that you were with us today, and enjoy Overland.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye-bye.